All right, guys, so here we are back again, working on the vert. Today I'm going to be doing this manual top conversion. Basically the front part of the top is manual. It's got the little levers. I think all of them have that. And then the back part on mine has electronic motors. I've worked for days and days trying to line these things up, deal with the little sensors and all the little triggers and everything else. But long story short, we're going to manual swap it. We're gonna put the manual type top latch system on here. So hopefully this video helps you guys if you're trying to do this yourself. If it don't, I'm sorry, but hopefully it does. So let's take a look at what kind of tools we're going to need. All right, guys, so we really don't need too many tools. A Phillips screwdriver. This has got a flat head on one end, so ideally if you got a flat head and a Phillips, that's what you'll need. And then a 3/8 drive ratchet, preferably with a 6-inch extension to make things a little easier on you. And then of course a quarter drive. I don't know, is that a 4-inch or 5-inch extension? A deep well 10 mil, and then a 17. And this is a, what is this? This is an H4 Allen key, so I think it's like a 4 mil. But yeah, so this is going to be used to take off the electric motors. This is going to be used to take off the lower bolts on the rear seat. And then the 10 mil will be used for unbolting a bunch of stuff and bolting a bunch of stuff back in. And then of course like a little 10 mil ratchet wrench or regular wrench. I got another 10 mil regular wrench laying around here somewhere, but yeah, so then some needle nose to do some fishing of some cables if you need to. I really didn't use these as much as I thought I would, but yeah, these are the tools that you're going to need to pull this job off, as well as some lubricant. I got some 3-in-1 oil is what I used, but yeah, so your lubricant of choice. All right, let's dig in. All right, so I guess the first part of converting this to a manual top is going to be removing these motors. So I think what I'll do is I'll pop open the top enough to get the clamshell open, and then it looks like maybe they bolt in from the back side. So I'm just gonna go over there and see if I can start unbolting stuff. Okay guys, I'm not gonna go into details too much on this, but basically you have a bolt that goes in there and it holds that on. At one point a long time ago I tried to weld it to get it to hold, but anyways, long story short, there should just be one bolt right here, and then this part just kind of comes loose. Then there's 4 bolts holding this thing in, so I'm gonna remove these other 2 bolts and this motor should come out. All right, for this other side here, all right, so that one's done, right? I've just got this piece here that I gotta unbolt. But for this motor, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts holding. I had that repair plate that I tried to install to see if I could get that to fix it. So there's 4 bolts there, and then it looks like this bolt here also is going to help hold that motor in place. So we'll go ahead and disconnect that one, and this motor should just fall in the trunk. We'll see. I'm probably wrong. There's probably something else holding it, but I think that's it. Yeah, so that was it. So then I got these 2 motors that are going to be coming out, as well as that control box back there. I'm just going to disconnect all of this, like all these plugs here. So this will be gone, these 2 motors will be gone, and then basically I should be able to just throw that piece of trim panel up there that doesn't have the bulges for these motors and actually have more trunk space. So yeah, let's get to it. All right guys, I got the rear, like the trunk area is buttoned up, like there's not really anything else left for me to do back there. So yeah, so now I'm going to be removing the electric latches from each side and reinstalling the mechanical latches. So I got to take these covers off, of both sides and get these door panels off, or these inner quarter trim panels. I don't know what you'd call that. I guess that's what you call that. So I gotta get those off. Yeah, so the process for getting these off is the exact same process it was for getting them off in the parts car. So we're going to, I'm going to try to pull this back seat, because this back seat, the framing is actually in pretty good shape, so it's not really as flexible as the last one. So I'm going to remove the rear seat, or the backrest of the rear seat. These I'll pop off with a screwdriver or a trim tool, and then there's like a screw here, and then some screws for the speaker that we'll need to remove. And we're only removing this stuff just to get to these bolts back here for these latches. So the backrest of this thing, it does have two little tabs there. Makes it way easier. I guess it's impossible even to get it out without taking these bolts out. And they're one here, one here. They're kind of hard to get to with a 3-inch extension, but it's doable. I'd probably recommend a 6-inch extension, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're a 17 millimeter nut, or a bolt. So 17 mil right here and right here to get this back seat out. So once that's out, it gives us way better access to this stuff. Yeah. All right, so everything's loose. All the panels are loose. I'm working, ouch. I'm working on getting the cables ran. Just real quick, this car is a lot better off as far as room right there. I didn't have to take this loose or anything. So I will say that when you go to fish these through this little hole here, it actually works pretty good if you kind of take that off and then work this, then this, then this. Just do it in like 3 steps on each cable. Obviously the second cable makes it a little bit more difficult because you kind of fill the hole up some, but it really wasn't that bad at all. So now it looks like I just need to kind of pull the cables, get this cable ran over to the other side there, and get the latches mounted. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the cables put into this latch and then bolt the latch down. I think that's probably the easier way to do it. So yeah, let's see. So our cables are looking nice. I got the little safety latch installed. It's not tightened up because everything's got to be kind of lined up. Got that latch installed. I got that cable ran and got that one bolted up. Just remember, when you're putting these in, you need to take out that front bolt, the bolt to the right. That one needs to come out just so you can get that bracket or that latch assembly down in this hole. If you don't take that bolt out, you're going to fight. It's not going to go. So for ease of access, take that one out and then fish it through this hole here. Alright guys, so I got everything done here. What I'm doing now is just lubricating, putting plenty of oil on these things, just because this handle situation is not too good. I was unable to use that handle from the parts car, so I had to use this one that's kind of busted up. I got it where it works, so I can actually release everything. Both sides release. Yeah. So also this part, the little safety latch, there's supposed to be like a little pin right there that's not there on this lid, so not too worried about it. Not worried enough about it to actually even unbolt it from there. I may try to figure out some way to put a pin on it at some point. But yeah, so it's done. The latches are installed, and I think now it's just a matter of putting everything back together. I will tell you, the setup that I did here, throw a strap on your top to kind of help keep that part up, and throw a strap down there just to keep this part up. Makes it way easier working in here, especially if you don't have these shocks yet, which I don't, but I do have the little covers, so that's pretty cool. I didn't realize I had those. So what I'm going to do now, before I button everything up, is I'm going to give it a little wipe down, And also I noticed that this is bent. I don't think it's supposed to be bent. The other side's not bent, and yeah, the other side's not bent, and the parts car, this bar right here is not bent. So I'm thinking this is why this side doesn't want to lay flat down in here, so I may try to bend that back. This cable really needs to be run under this carpet, but this carpet is really well glued down, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now either. I do just want to get everything buttoned back up. Yeah, so with this system here, if you take that strap off, you can kind of set in the little rear seat area and clamp each side down, and then just keep making adjustments until you get it to where it releases evenly when you pull the handle. So like, mine's still not perfect, but it's gonna be hard to get there with this handle, but you should be able to hear each side click. Actually, both sides clicked at the same time. I guess I did get it pretty close. Sweet. So yeah, that adjuster right there in the cable, you'll need to adjust that one to get the passenger side in time with this side as far as the release. Trying to fish all this back through is a pain in the butt. It's something you'll just have to work with. It's going to frustrate you. You're probably going to pinch your fingers and stuff, but it can be done. So yeah, so like I said, I'm just going to throw the rest of the interior back in the car and call it a day. So hope this helps. Thanks for watching.